Okay, this is going to be just kind of like a intro video because I have not done deep research, and I wouldn't necessarily know where to go to receive deep truth on this kind of research, but it's something I wanted to begin to open the conversation about, to begin to start a conversation about, because it's something that I feel strongly affects a lot of humans on this earth, on this plane of existence, because it is one of the greatest ways to steal the ability to be creative, to steal the ability to connect to other people, to steal the ability to feel connected to yourself and to your body, and that is pornography. That's right, I said the P word. Now, me personally, I have never really engaged in utilizing pornography. I've seen pornography, obviously, once, a couple of handfuls of times, and while it may be something that is different for your brain, something new, and you're like kind of taboo in a way, it's also become very normalized for not even just adults, but children. And that's where most people that I've spoken to about pornography were introduced to it, was as a child. Even me and my aunt accidentally found pornography when we were young, and I was like, what is happening? Like, I guess me as like who I am individually, I was just kind of like confused and like wondering why it was occurring, versus maybe someone else could see it and like already a cord is created and connecting to their sexuality and their body through that. And that's what I'm speaking on. And so this is something I want to talk about because, as you know, or you may not know, when we do come down here into our earthly physical flesh bodies, if you want to touch your physical flesh body for a second, be like, oh yeah, this is my body. Our sacral center, our sacred is what I like to call it, our sacral center, our sacred center, is the seat of all life here. It is where we create. It is where the fire expands from. It is where we feel the energy to go out and dance and move and express ourselves and to share that sacred sexual energy. The sacred sexual sacral center doesn't have to just be used when you're engaging in sex. It's one way to use it, but it's also used like if I'm embodying my sacral energy and then I write, I'm allowing that energy to flow up out into my hand. If I'm connecting to my sacral energy and then I dance, then I'm allowing it to flow through dance. I'm connecting to it and then I sing, I'm letting it come out when I sing. I'm letting it just be an embodiment of expression of creation of life. Because through tapping into this, we create something with ourselves. We create something with what we write, with what we say, with what we speak, with what we do. We're tapping into it. You can also literally create another life by connecting to this and then connecting to someone else's sexually and creating a literal human. These are some of the things that the sacral center of our body does. What I find very disturbing within this time that we're in with the technological age, the dawning of the age of Aquarius, is that there's always one end, one wavelength, one vibration, and then another. And one end being the use of technology in a negative way or the use of technology in a positive way. You could see Aquarius as a sign of the light bringer, of the consciousness pourer, as someone who is already ahead of time, someone who's already futuristic, someone who's already thinking and doing things that extend far beyond what we can conceive now as humans, and kind of holding and embodying that energy in the present time would allow them to be doing things, thinking things, expressing things that we can't fully, we try to fully do, but it feels foreign. It feels like, whoa, what? It's out there because it's from the future. It's from a time where we're probably more aligned, where we're more divine, where we're vibrating at a higher level, where we've already released so much ego, so much 3D, so much density, that we're just like pure light and love, and then that energy tries to be brought here through the high vibrational Aquarian. We're moving into the dawning of the age of that. But then there's the low energy of that, the low vibrational Aquarian energy of the technological realm. And when I say technology on this end, it could be using technology for good, like Nikola Tesla was trying to do, using technology to assist humans here on Earth with their mission. Technology on this end is using technology to de-assist humans and earth and animals on their mission, to keep the earth at a low vibrational state, to keep people being radiated on from 5G towers, to keep Wi-Fi radiating on your body, to have Bluetooth radiating in your head, to keep you from divinely aligning to yourself and vibrating at a higher level, to then ascend into your beautiful state of beingness as a god, goddess, a part of source, God, creator. So having this low vibrational electronical energy radiating everywhere and then pulsating through your phone can read your body pulses. It's literally one of the main components of like the secret things that a phone can do, is to read your body, is to watch your eyes as you're looking at your phone, to detect what you like, to detect what you don't like, and to show you more of it so that you stay connected to your phone, so you stay in your phone. Now, imagine you're 11, 12, 13 years old, you're entering into puberty, you're entering into connecting to your sacral sexual center. You're just figuring this out, you're just connecting to that. That's the time and period and stage where you're starting to really embody more of that and to want more of that. You've already had crushes, now they're turning into more sexual crushes. And then you get shown pornography, or you find pornography, or pornography finds you. And nowadays it's probably way easier than when I was 12. And you probably had to go on a computer. Now it's on your phone. Now you can go on TikTok and basically see someone half naked shaking their body parts in a sexual way in which to titillate you into lusting after that person. This is something that I've seen happen on my partner's phone. I'll go on my TikTok. I don't have it anymore because I don't like TikTok. But I'll go onto mine and I see cute animals and it's showing me like all these things that I like, that it wants me to keep swiping and scrolling and just looking at because it knows what I like. And then on my partners it'll show like the women and the twerking and body parts, and I was like, and I sat with that, I was like, why is your phone showing you this? Why is it right when you open TikTok that's what you see, but when I open mine this is what I see? And my partner in a future video will speak on his experience with pornography, where we can talk on it together. But knowing that most teenage boys, and there's teenage girls, but it seems to detrimentally affect men more than women. Most young teen boys, when experienced or exposed to that, I imagine it's difficult for them not to connect in that way. So you're a young teenage boy, you see this stuff on TikTok, you want to see more of it, you want to understand it. You're not already being taught in school about your own sacredness as a being, and then a woman's sacredness. You're being shown through your phone, oh, I can look at a woman anytime I want. I can get to know her intimately through a screen. I can get to know her intimately in a way that I don't even have to touch, see, hear, feel, smell her, understand her emotions or anything. I can just go on the screen and connect to one, and I can feel like it's like the Aquarian low vibration, connecting to someone through technology that doesn't connect you to your heart, it doesn't connect you to your sacredness as a being, and then it has you lusting after someone you don't even know, preying on someone else's energy field with your own field. And so there's so much I could say about this, because then a child then goes on to a pornography website and then they start to, touch themselves, to begin to start masturbating and creating this sexual connection with their body, their sacred sexual center, that's also connected to a phone. And most likely they're holding the phone, and the phone is radiating into their body, and a phone screen is made out of obsidian crystal. Obsidian crystals are used for scrying into going into other dimensions and to scry into other times and places of being, where dark entities can easily just like feed through the phone that the child is staring at and their third eye is beaming into, and then just feed right into their energetic frequency, and then they're touching and stimulating the cells, and then when they ejaculate, they're losing their sacred seed, which you're supposed to do semen retention, so they're already not retaining that, losing their life force energy at such a young age and giving away their power. And then they're creating, because they're climaxing, a connection to climaxing through a screen. Then they're creating a pattern. Then they're being programmed. Oh, I look at this screen, I see this woman, I get lustful, I want to connect to it, so then I touch my body looking at this, and then it's feeding off of me through the screen, and then I give it my power, and then we create this loop over and over again. Then the child eventually sees a human female or human male, whatever they are attracted to, and they want to connect with that person and they can't. They want to like they want to connect with that person and they don't even know how to talk to them. They don't even know how to touch them. They don't even know how to ask them what they want. They have already created a connection to what they think a woman is and what a woman represents, or what a man is and what a man represents. And then they go into this human form and then they like try to do exactly what they saw on the screen. And they might just like push them on the ground and start manipulating what they see. And then the other person's like, what are you doing? There's no real human heart-based connection. It's inorganic. It is detrimental, unhealthy, and I don't want to say demonic, but there are dark entities that feed off of this low vibrational frequency through a phone, through technology, through your sexual sacred center being utilized in that way. And this is just one of my side theories, but I don't even know if a lot of the people who are engaging in these websites, on these websites, are human, or like in their human heartness, or if they've already been overtaken by lower vibrational entities within themselves that are utilizing their flesh form for this work, for the devil's work, really. So imagine that. Now you're a little teenage boy and you've created a relationship this way, and then you want to go and create a relationship with an actual human and you don't know what to do, how to do it. You get frustrated and try and blame the other person for not doing what you've seen on the screen. You're like, you're supposed to be doing this. And it just completely obliterates the ability for deep, heartfelt, physical connection, and for the power of two beings to connect to their sacred sexual centers and create something. That is how we create life. Imagine two people coming together with the purpose of saying they want to create something. Maybe it's not a baby, maybe they're manifesting, especially if he's holding his sacred seed and retaining that. And you decide, okay, we're going to come together and our goal is this. And you sit on that goal together while you're connecting to create it. And then you can create it. Like Neo in Trinity in the Matrix, it's when coming together and they're sacred, high vibrational, when they're out of the Matrix, the 3D, the phone, they're able to create, they're able to fly, they're able to do whatever they want. Imagine some teenage kid completely writing off his ability or her ability to connect to other humans in a sacred, loving, heart-based way because they were never taught that mode of connecting to people is so far removed from what the actual physical body connection can bring. Imagine that. And I can to a point, but I haven't experienced it. And it's something that my partner will be speaking on in a future video if you find this interesting, so that we can continue this conversation, because it's something I feel so strongly about. It's something I truly feel for the youth, because it's not something that we can always directly penetrate into someone's life to help them do. It's something they have to like kind of be taught or be shown or to see, and we have to remove the stigma and the taboo about speaking to younger humans about their sexuality, because they're the ones that are getting preyed upon the most. So why would we talk to them less about something that's affecting them more? And then it continues for years. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, into the 20s, and then wondering why they can't develop healthy relationships with other humans, why they can't connect deeply at the heart, why they don't have as much sensitivity to their body when they're connecting with another human and they need a phone or they need that. They've already developed and created a connection with that. To me, that's now about us as humans starting to figure out what a square one is. What is, okay, so in order to kind of rewrite that and to erase that from the physical programmed body is to create a whole new program, to start with like intimateness with the self first, to create an intimate creative connection with self, whether that be sexually or through writing. And there are so many things that the energy that a child would have to do those things, they lose the energy for those things because they poured it into that. So they're pouring all their sacred sexual energy into that, and then they have no energy to want to write, to draw, to be creative, to use their imagination. They just want to get on a screen, play a video game. They just want to get on their phone and swipe. They just want to watch the TV and click. They're not expressing their sacred sexualness because they've given it all away. It's such a important thing for us to help our younger humans do. And I don't want to say like teen or child. I want to say young humans. Like they need our help more than anyone else. And so if you have someone in those age groups, you don't even have to like make it a crazy thing. You can just say, hey, do you find yourself experiencing like being shown a lot of sexual stuff on your social medias? Just ask it. It doesn't have to be like, are you, don't accuse them, just ask, because that's all you desire, right, is to understand and to know. And then they'll either be like, oh no, like we say, I'm asking because there are things that you're going to start experiencing now, people trying to take your power away. And then don't just say it like, you know how mom and dad will say, well, don't watch porn because it's bad. What has that taught your child? Okay, don't watch it because it's bad. Got it. Thanks, mom and dad. That doesn't, to me, to really provide a younger human, someone you're raising or caring for or trying to teach how to live in their sacred God, goddess body here, the future of this generation, is to tell them things from your own experience so that they can connect to you and understand that you have downloads to share with them. I would never receive anything from someone if they're like, don't do this because I said so. Okay, thanks. That was a great conversation and I learned so much about you. I learned so much about me. No, I didn't learn anything. I just learned that you feel that you can just tell me what to do because you think you can. If someone says, I don't think it's healthy for you to watch pornography, first of all, you even have to have a conversation about pornography. And to even have a conversation about pornography, you have to have developed some kind of conversational trust with that younger human where you can say, well, I'm asking you this because when I was younger, I remember a lot of my friends being shown pornography, and then those friends would show other friends, and then before you knew it, everyone was watching it, and then this thing happened. And when they hear you say stuff like that, they're like listening. Then they're like, oh wow, they're actually sharing something about their young life that like wouldn't be typical of like a traditional on TV, oh go ask your mom, oh go ask your dad, oh this. You're actually just interacting with them as one human to another, not as like a mom or a dad, whatever your name is, to that other person's name. So me as Talisa talking to my sister Stephanie and saying, hey Stephanie, and asking her stuff and just hearing her perspective, and then asking her questions that helps me understand where she's at, and then just letting my perspective be shared, not telling her what's right or wrong, and letting her understand that I'm sharing something with her because I care about her and want her to be able to decide, but knowing what I've seen and what I've experienced and how it's affected me. I think that's one of the first steps that we could use and utilize to help younger children through these kinds of experiences. And it needs to happen. In my opinion, it needs to, because I can't imagine these future generations being able to create healthy, bonded relationships with themselves, with their creative spark, or with another human, specifically because of the demoralization, the bastardization, the lowering the frequency of the true nature of sacred sexuality, which is like love, joy, light expression, and trying to make it dark and degrading and like just making it dirty, making it filthy. It's supposed to be a holy, sacred thing, a joyful, beautiful thing we can connect to, should we decide to, and not something that is like snuck into our social medias and then snuck into your room and then snuck over here. To me, it's something that I've seen affect my relationship with my partner, and something that we have spoken about very deeply, something that I asked him questions about, something I wanted to understand so that I could assist him, not so that I could judge him. This is not something that only he has gone through. This is something many, 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 many multitudes. And when I look up things on like a Reddit thread, or if I go on YouTube about it, and people in the comments, I'm reading so many masculines' comments about how they struggle with it, and how they don't want to struggle with it, how they've seen demonic faces on the screen while they're doing it. It's clearly a call for help, but we need to figure out a way in which to create that platform to assist and to give new ways of doing it and to be that. And the difference in between a low vibrational sexual expression down here and then a high vibrational sexual expression in the Aquarian age over here would be through Tantra, would be through Taoism, would be through connecting first to your body, to your breath, understanding you're a holy temple. You are a god, goddess, expressing God, goddess energy here on the earth plane, here to create, here to share, here to help raise the vibration through your creation. Connecting to that first, and then recognizing there are other god, goddesses, and humans here. And when you feel called to one, And then you two both connect deeply at the heart and sacral center and create like an infinity flow to one another. You can then come closer, intimately know one another, and then come even closer and then create a explosion of energy, an energetic matrix which revolves around you, which you can use to then grow your manifestations, to grow what you desire to create, and then even embody more beauty here, embody more light. That's what a high vibrational current energy can do. All of us walking around as gods and goddesses, choosing how to consciously create with one another what we wish to see that brings light and joy and more creative expression and more harmony. And you can even do that with just you. You don't even need another person to do that. You can just do that within your own container. I've been taught that through tantric alchemy, doing an orgasmic manifestation within my own sacred womb center. And all I need is me to do it, and connecting to the holiness that is my sacred sexual energy. So yeah, this is something I want to talk about and expand upon more. Please, if you have any experiences you want to share in the comments, please do not feel afraid to do so. This is something that I want to speak on, something I want to learn more about, something I want to figure out ways to assist others in removing from their lives so that they can come back into themselves and not feel like they are feeding their phone, they're not feeding a screen, they're not feeding something inorganic, and can feed the organicness within themselves and to grow themselves. So it is. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not be afraid to leave comments, any questions, things that we can speak on more. If you liked this video, please like it so that it can circulate, so we can share this message and share these thoughts with others. And don't forget to subscribe. I invite you to do that, and follow me on Instagram for other little travels and adventures and things that I may be experiencing in my human world, sharing my creations. And until next time, I trust you will sit with this, integrate it, embody it, apply it. And as always, I am sending you peace,